Chelsea might be about to do it again. Another young talent, another aggressive move into the market, another signing that, on the surface, makes people ask one question. Wait, who exactly is Marco Palestra? But if the reports are right, and Chelsea really are accelerating towards a move for the young Italian wingback, then this is not a random name pulled out of a scouting database. This is a profile play, a system play, a future-facing play. Because Marco Palestra is not just a right back, he's not just a wing back, he's one of those modern elastic defenders who can bend to the structure around him. He can hold with, inverted side, drop into the first line, defend the channel, carry the ball into midfield and still have the legs to recover 40 yards backwards. And if Chelsea are generally moving for him, then the bigger question isn't who is Marco Palestra, the bigger question is this: what exactly do Chelsea see in him, and does he actually fit what this squad needs next? In this video, we'll discuss all of this. Stay tuned. Who is Marco Palestra? Marco Palestra is a 21-year-old Italian wide defender slash wingback, and he's owned by Atalanta BC at the time of recording video, who spent the 2025-26 season on loan at Cagliari Calcio. He's part of the new wave of Italian defenders who don't just survive games, they help control them. He came through the Atalanta system, which immediately matters because Atalanta have built a reputation for producing players who are tactically educated, physically ready, and comfortable in chaos. Palestra's development path is also important. He wasn't always just a touchline defender. He has a background in midfield and wide roles, and you can actually see that in the way he receives, scans, and links play. He doesn't move like a pure old school fullback. He moves like someone who understands space before he attacks it. And that matters for Chelsea because this squad isn't just collecting at least anymore. The profile they keep chasing, especially in wide areas, is a player who can function in multiple structures. Palestra is that. And he looks like that kind of footballer for any team as well. Why is Chelsea's interest a big deal? The reporter on Palestra has moved beyond Chelsea like the player territory and into Chelsea actively trying to land him territory. More reports on June 23 suggested Chelsea are pushing to beat out Inter Milan for the Atalanta-owned wingback, with suggestions that the move is advancing quickly and that Chelsea are now serious contenders, if not favourites, for the deal. Now, obviously, with transfer reporting, you always leave room for noise, but the key point for this video is not just that Chelsea are linked, it's why they want this profile in the first place. Because when you look at Chelsea's current fullback and wingback options, there's talent there, but there's also uncertainty. There's always been a question of structural balance. Who gives you width? Who gives you control? Who can play high? Who can tuck in? Who can defend transitions without your whole shape collapsing? And that's where Palestra starts to make sense. He feels like a player Chelsea would sign not just for the now, but for the next version of the team. What kind of player is Marco Palestra? So let's get into the football side. If I had to describe Marco Palestra in one line, I'd simply say this. He's a modern tactical wingback with a defender's brain and a midfielder's comfort level. He's listed primarily as a right back, but the reality is broader than that. He can operate as a right wing back, a right back in a 4, and there's enough comfort in his game to imagine him being used in hybrid roles too. Some scouting reports have highlighted his ability to play as an overlapping fullback, an inverted option inside, or even as a wider defender in a back 3 structure. And that versatility is the first thing that jumps off the screen. Not because versatile sounds good in a scout report, but because his versatility is actually functional. It's visible in how he plays. He doesn't just occupy different zones, he understands the job of those zones. When he's deeper, he looks composed receiving under pressure and playing out. When he's higher, he has the stride and timing to attack space. When the game turns transitional, he has the engine to recover, and when he's forced into defensive duels, he doesn't defend like a reckless tackler. He defends like someone who wants to control the duel first, then win it. That's an important distinction. Now let's start with the ball. Because for me, this is where Palestra starts to feel like a Chelsea target. He isn't just a runner on the outside. He's not one of those wingbacks who needs the game to be completely open to look useful. He can actually contribute to possession. The first thing you notice is his composure. He doesn't look rushed. He doesn't look panicked by pressure. He doesn't receive the ball like it's a hot potato. He opens his body well, he scans, and he generally tries to make the next action part of a sequence rather than an isolated moment. That sounds simple, but it's not. A lot of young wide defenders can run all day, but when the ball arrives to them in build-up, the game speeds up too much. Their touch gets heavy, their decisions get reactive, and suddenly the whole move dies. Palestra doesn't really give you that feeling. There's a calmness to his playing, and that calmness is one of the reasons he can play different roles in possession. Now, firstly, he can hold the width. If the structure needs him wide, he can stay wide, receive on the touchline, and push the team up the pitch. He's got the legs to go outside, and he's got enough technical security to recycle the ball or connect play rather than forcing low percentage actions. Secondly, he can underlap or step inside. This is where the midfielder roots show. There are moments where he looks comfortable moving into interior zones rather than just hugging the line. That matters if Chelsea want fullbacks who can help overload midfield, support circulation, and give the team an extra body between the lines. Now, thirdly, he can help progression from deeper zones. If Chelsea are building from the back and the right side needs a calmer outlet, Palestra looks like the type who can receive, take the first pressure, and move the ball on. Maybe not as a line-breaking quarterback ever touch, but definitely as a player who keeps the structure alive.
we glide. Let the voltage glide. Let the silence slide. Ride the current wide. We glow.
Clear the tunnel, check the steps, the clock is ticking, welcome to the show. Check the pulse, feel the heat, every blade of grass, every heart in the seat. 22 men, but there's only one crown. We don't come to play, we come to shut it down. Calculated movement, precision in the strike, turn the volume up, flicker on the light. We're under the lights, yeah, we're chasing the glory. 90 on the clock, we're writing the story. 0 to 100, never looking back. Light 'em up, break 'em down, stay on the attack. This is the moment, this is the stage. Flip the script, yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Oh. Ice in the veins when the pressure gets heavy. Ball in the back, keep the front line steady. One touch, one shot, one chance to beat break. History is calling, don't leave it to fate. From the first whistle till the final scream. Living for the badge, dying for the dream. Game over, but the grind never stops. See you on the pitch, hey, the silence. Till under the lights, yeah, tasting the glory. 90 on the clock, we're writing the story. 0 to 100, never looking back. Line 'em up, break 'em down, stay on the attack. This is the moment, this is the stage. Flip the script, yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Whoa! Ideas are pain, but the grind never stops. See you on the pitch. Break the silence, keep turning the page. Woo!
Welcome, people. This is the second stream that I've done in the last 5 hours, but we have Chelsea versus AC Milan coming up. Let's see what's gonna happen. This is the lineup for both teams. I think you're probably not gonna see it, so I'm gonna have to go back to this.
It is a strong lineup in Chelsea. They're not going to give too much away this time, Sam, but it does look like a lineup when people will see when it comes up, or they haven't seen it, that you probably feel like it could be quite close to what the opening game could be. The lineup that plays against Fulham in, as you mentioned, just over 2 weeks' time. Yeah, it's been difficult to read.
All right, so we have 5 minutes before the start of that. Anyways, let me see what I can do here.
Really strong. Obviously, you've got 1 or 2 to come back from the breaks after the World Cup. Obviously, with Lacroix and Rodgers are going to hope to be in that squad for the kick-off in the Premier League. One or two others as well. Cole was obviously going to miss out again tonight with a little niggle, so hopefully he's going to be back, given how good he was towards the back end of last season and his impact so far in this pre-season. But yeah, really strong team, which makes it mouth-watering up against, you know, top Italian opposition.
Sorry, I'm just looking. I'm listening to what they're saying.
As the Chelsea subs are about to make their way onto the subs benches, they'll be watching on. We'll have the players' entrance onto the pitch very, very shortly. Xabi Alonso still continues to see his Chelsea side in terms of what they can do in pre-season. It's a good one win so far from the 3 matches. Western Sydney Wanderers, the only side they have beaten on this Asia and Australian tour, has been followed up with defeats to Tottenham Hotspur and then the latest one against Juventus in a few days' time. Sam, obviously from your point of view when you're an ex-player, do you think it's a bit of a myth that pre-season is one of those you look into, you worry about results and performance, so you just think it's maybe just a case of simply getting your fitness up and, you know, wanting the players to be in peak condition?
Tomore coming out, and Kunkel is there as well.
Touch wood, thus far that's gone pretty well. And yeah, getting the minutes into the legs is all important. I think, you know, for me and other forward players, probably to get up and running in goal scoring stakes is always nice for the forward players to be
And
creative,
Kunku.
to hopefully going into the season having got a few goals, but yeah, ultimately it's preparing yourself individually more so than maybe how the team looks like. That's going to take shape in the first weeks of the season, even more so given that it's a new manager. I've already touched on the guys that have been away performing at the World Cup. It's not probably going to look exactly the same
Even Amram here.
in the middle of August. It's going to look in the middle of September, for example. It's probably going to look very different. And Javi Alonso, yes, he'll have an idea how he wants to start against Fulham, but I would suggest when you get into the winter months,
I'm really encouraged by the squad that's been put together. I think all the Chelsea fans will be hugely optimistic, given some of the guys that have put pen to paper. And also we've seen the first look at Palestra, for example, in this pre-season, who's looked brilliant down the right-hand side. That's been a facet of the side that I've actually really taken notice of, the way that the outside right player has been tucking in. It's not a new thing, but it may be a little glimpse to the future because of his athleticism. Palmer, to give away a little bit of a secret, he's been playing on the right-hand side today. Naturally, he likes to play the majority of his football in field, and the way that Palestra's skill set looks very much suited to occupying that whole right-hand side. So that's one little tactical quirk that I've noticed. At the top of the game, a little bit more counter-attacking. I don't know if that was just the game state. Potentially Tottenham being a little bit further in the preparations, but they really countered in the first half with real vigour. So, yeah, there's going to be different ways to skin a cat throughout the season. We've seen different alliterations of Javi Alonso's Chelsea already, albeit very early days, as I keep saying.
it does look like it's a very good crowd inside the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. It was a stadium that was constructed and built in the early 1960s. It then had a closure from 2016 to 2018. It was reopened in 2018 and renovated to its new modern state that it is now. It is home to the Indonesian national team, and it is a chance for the sort of natives of Jakarta to watch Chelsea and Milan, because they may not get the chance to see their sides in action whenever they play in Italy, or in Milan's case this year in Europe, or even in Chelsea's case where they will just be playing domestically, as the two sides will now enter the field of play.
All right, the players are coming on.
What is Chelsea's
This is slightly delayed, but
pre-season test?
not bad.
Asia and Australia. Remember, tomorrow, Darul Tajim are to come in Malaysia. But for now, they are here in Indonesia, hoping to beat AC Milan and to get their second win of this pre-season tour. Following up the win they got against Western Sydney Wanderers in their first match of pre-season. So it's Australia, Hong Kong that they have ticked off and stamped off the passports. Now it is Indonesia where they will be in the third of the 4 countries they will visit on this Asia and Australian tour. As the players go through their handshakes,
get a little flavour
Here we
of
go.
the Chelsea players in the lineup for this afternoon's game, as you do for some of the Milan players. So players are just going through the pleasantries onto the teams. And let's take a look at Chelsea for this one. In defence, it is Josh Achiampong and Wesley Fofana playing alongside each other in centre-half. Sam mentioned Marco Palestra, who has shown what he can do in a Chelsea shirt, once again appearing at right back. It is a strong side named by Alonso that includes Cole Palmer, who sat at the Juventus defeat with a minor issue, as he's welcome back in the lineup. Plus, there's a first involved for Pedro Neto, a late arrival to the travelling party after playing for Portugal at the World Cup. Plus, both João Pedro and Danny Welbeck both featuring once again from the start. That is the Chelsea team picked by Xabi Alonso.
Here we
And
go.
Moisés Caicedo wearing the Chelsea armband. And further team needs to say as well, Levi Colwill not in the squad today. He's not been able to see and shake off his injury. A referee is from Japan in Yudai Yamamoto. With Modric, the AC Milan skipper, still playing
Modric.
in his
Modric.
40s.
Modric.
You really have to doff your cap to the Croatian midfielder, one of the best midfielders of his generation, still flying the flag high and playing football. Well, for AC Milan under Ruben Amorim, as we know, it's a system, the 3-4-2-1 that he has deployed at Sporting in Manchester United, that he's used with the Rossoneri during pre-season. There's an old Chelsea old boy in the team in Ruben Loftus-Cheek, plus a further two for Kyle Tomori and Christopher Nkunku on the bench. Rafael Leao, who in the next month may be moving away from Milan, is in the lineup, as he will play just behind Francesco Camarda, the 18-year-old, already a scorer in pre-season, start ahead of their record signing, Gonzalo Ramos. Both managers are ready, as we know, with AC Milan's new boss, Ruben Amorim, a well-known face to English football fans, given his underwhelming spell as the Manchester United
Underwhelming.
boss. Like Xabi Alonso, he's preparing his team for his first season in charge. We talk about the players' fitness increasing as they look to get in peak condition ahead of that season opener against Fulham. It is a real chance for some to impress.
And match has started.
Think about being very much at the mind of Xabi Alonso's mind when selecting his team for the opening game versus Fulham. As we are underway here in Indonesia for what is the penultimate game of Chelsea's Asia and Australian tour. Hopefully they are able to get a
Big up my
success
boss,
against
big
this
up my
Italian
boss, big up.
side and not see them lose to Milan, just like they did to Juventus
We got my boss.
3 days ago. Luciano now with Connie De Victor to Strinya Pavlovic, who earlier in pre-season when they came from 2-0 down against Celtic, made a right hash of play to his goalkeeper, Lorenzo Torriani, which Camille Duran for Celtic would nip in and give the Hoops the lead that day, encountering Glasgow. Milan are 2 games into pre-season, so Chelsea a little bit further down the road in that aspect.
I just made you a mod so that Nightbot doesn't time you out. Just ensure that you know what to do, but you're a mod now.
Inter, where they draw 1-1 with Christopher Nkunku scoring a penalty for Milan to get the equaliser.
First thing to say, Palestra over on the left-hand
Yep.
side of the defence this evening. Champon playing at right back. And
Yeah, but he's kind of older too, so that's going to be difficult. He's around 28, 29 soon, so I don't know.
Very two-footed player. He's actually flicked in a few lovely balls off his left side.
It's a lovely ball by Chukwueze to Camarda up against Fofana. It would have just about gone out of play, but Italy just trying to test the Chelsea back line with that ball to Commander.
Chelsea with a little nervy moment there in the first
Just
2
about
minutes.
does enough to usher him out of play, just as the comeback looked destined to find a teammate who was making his way into the Chelsea 18-yard box.
Palestra is incredible.
Signing against the shot as he looks towards Danny Welbeck. It's a real presence up there. It's a signing greeted with universal sort of applause, really.
Absolutely
Decided to
not.
bring in a player like Danny Welbeck into their team and add some experience that maybe some people had said had maybe not been there. Lavia. To Yorel Hatta, who is once again appearing at left back.
I don't see it. Where's
This
it?
game for Blues this afternoon. Looking to get on the end of it, but Pavlovic just hooking it. They were not allowing the ball to run through to him. Now to Rafael Leao. First time he's been involved in this game. Yeah, very interesting opening to this game because we all anticipated maybe jumping the gun that Xabi Alonso's Chelsea may mirror his Leverkusen team in terms of the formation and putting it to the mix as well. You're playing against the back three tonight. It looks very much like this is the first time we've seen Chelsea in that back three. Palestra, left wing back.
Nervy moment here.
Over on this
Chelsea
right-hand side.
are really struggling with in the early
Ability
minutes
to
here
play with those two
against AC
tens.
Milan.
Versus one of those, wasn't it? At Leverkusen, Palmer, João Pedro, for my money, off Welbeck in a second formation, a set-up reminiscent of that great work we did in Germany. What was interesting about that Leverkusen team, we talked about the two number 10s, but the wing-backs are absolute flying machines in Frimpong and Grimaldo, so that might be something that we see this afternoon with Neto. We've already seen it in terms of Palestra already in pre-season, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, we've had so much time to talk about it, and it's only been in for a matter of weeks. But yeah, Neto, I suppose, in terms of his skill set, if you're looking at that kind of 3-4-2-1 formation, he's not going to want to play inside. Neto's strength is when he's on the outside of the pitch and he can go 1v1. So yeah, it would look tailor-made for him. Yeah, he started last season brilliantly, Pedro Neto. I think it's easy to forget, you know, due to the indifferent end to the season collectively, just how good he was for the first 2 or 3 months of the season. So hopefully he's still got a big part to play. Speaking of Neto, delivers the ball in. For the live here as
There you
well,
go.
Pedro does very well in holding the ball up.
Oh, go on.
Evades the
Oh,
challenge.
good defending.
He's managed to get the game's first
All right.
corner.
Great job, Pedro. Chelsea warming into the game now. That's lovely.
Maybe he would have wanted a teammate in closer proximity to him so he could just set and maybe see them get their strike away. But holds the ball well. Pedro, it's Chelsea in early corner. Palmer puts it in. It's a high one, which Palestra will look to try and
Oh.
flick off. Will be another corner.
Another corner here.
Came off Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Milan now have to defend once again this corner kick, albeit though on the opposite side of the pitch. Moisés Caicedo will take. Just right in there. Way by Terracciano.
There you go. Pedro Neto on the right side now. Trying to get beyond. Great work there.
Good right start to the game. Well,
You are watching this game on CFC Plus, the new streaming home for all things Chelsea. But there is still one more friendly to come on this Asian tour as Johor on Tsushima to come, and then of course they round off pre-season at Stamford Bridge. The homecoming for Xabi Alonso and Real Sociedad, the Copa del Rey winners, come to the bridge. Side, of course, Xabi Alonso has got deep roots with after starting his career with the Basque side. Chukwueze, off the cheek on the gallop. He's managed to get the ball in. Nice turn there by Lavia. He's trying to move that ball onto João Pedro.
Yeah, seeing the strength there of Loftus-Cheek, which was such a beautiful sight when he was at the top of his game in Chelsea blue. No one moves better with the ball than him, and Lavia showing his strong suit with a nice little pirouette, getting away from a marker. So reliable when he's been pressurised deep on the ball.
There is Lavia. Champong. He's just trying to knock that back into so didn't quite come off. It's Rafael Leao, who, as I said, is the target of other clubs. Galatasaray, seemingly the side making the most noise about bringing him to their club. He had been reportedly touted by English sides in the past, but has still managed to not move away from the San Siro and has stayed with the Rossoneri.
That's a good example just how high the two wide players are there. Yes,
Here we go here. Neto.
Wing-backs very much
Is he onside though?
wingers, when you're
Neto
in possession,
finds Palmer.
you know,
Cross into the box here. Oh, good defending there by AC Milan. João Pedro could have scored a goal there.
Certainly added to that in the opening 10 minutes as Paul Palmer just couldn't quite pick out a blue shirt inside the Milan box.
Yeah, Shane well represented inside the 18-yard box. Just a fraction out from being a really good delivery.
Got to say, the opening 10 minutes has been a very bright, positive one from the Blues' point of view. They've been dominant as they are trying to grab the opening goal of this one here in Jakarta.
Cross to the box. Oh,
Missed it, but seen the free kick go in his favour.
Yeah, they would have escaped in any case. This was an AC Milan player on the spot to clear their lines, but João Pedro just testing the referee, seeing how much he can get away with. Feature of last season across the Premier League.
Of course, it is going to be intriguing to see how Chelsea are at set pieces after the high-profile arrival of Austin McPhee from Aston Villa. It's Pedro Neto and Rafael Leao, who's on the opposition team for Milan. We'll know all about him, as of course he spent time working with Portugal during the World Cup.
yep.
Because Aston Villa was so effective from set pieces last year. João Pedro is going to give chase here.
Here we go.
Took the shot on, but Torriani in the way of it. Chelsea almost managed to get themselves in front.
But he's got an effort away from 9-10 yards, and yeah, I'm not surprised that Torriani raises an arm in apology because that's his ball. He's got to come and command. De Winter didn't cover himself in glory either, but goalkeeper should have been out to smother. Good running from João Pedro from deep. Nice idea.
Cheek is playing lovely balance, isn't he? He's a difficult player to try and get down when you're trying to outmuscle him and win the ball off him. Alves decided to have a bit of a wander. He's looking for Komoto. No foul from Lavia, says the Japanese official in charge. Champong nicely done to get away from Liao.
Here's the Champong. Good defending by AC Milan.
Tracked it back all the way.
Chelsea keep the ball though.
From Milan number 10. Palmer coming deep.
Here we go.
Palmer did mention on record that he was disappointed not to be part of the England World Cup squad in the US, Canada,
Rightly
Mexico,
so.
the recent World Cup. But given the fact that he's played a lot of football since he's been at Chelsea, maybe he'll probably welcome the idea of having an extended break to maybe what he hasn't quite had over the last few seasons.
Yeah, you hope that very much the Chelsea's game. Coming back in to the Premier League, motivated, highly motivated. João Pedro as well is in that category, isn't he? I mean, how, you said it, a broken record, how he did make that Brazil squad, having watched what they ultimately served up. Beggars belief, really, the format he was in last season. Noticed already there's going to be a little bit of flexibility within this system because João Pedro obviously can play or play so brilliantly as a 9. I think at times he'll go up there in this setup. Welbeck can drop in, can be fluid. He was out wide right a few moments ago, meaning that Neto went as the number 10 for a few moments. But yeah, so far so good. I've enjoyed watching it. 14 minutes. Interesting if this was always going to be the plan or it's just worked out like this, that they're playing against a team that basically mirrors Chelsea's formation today. You know what you're going to get with Ruben Amorim. To this point, we've been a little bit surprised by Chelsea's setup as a stray one goes.
There's now Liao.
Here we go.
Defended though by Fofana.
It's not clear just yet. Modric.
So just passing that into no man's land there. Modric. Terraciano to Chukwueze, the Nigerian.
Progress there. Push to the box.
Crosses
Headed
to
clear.
Kamadu, who's trying the spectacular
Shot.
open.
Taken.
Modric taking it on, but Sanchez will comfortably see it past him.
Yeah, Champong at the far post dealing with that, no problem at all. Just as the young centre forward was poised. No clearance, and he's tight enough there, Welbeck, isn't he, to prove enough of an issue for Modric to get the contact that he was looking for.
It does feel as though that Luka Modric has just been around forever, doesn't it? Given the fact he's
Luka
played at
Modric.
6 World Cups, he's of course taken one of the highest
Very
individual honours you can
well
get in your
experienced
career.
player
When
from a
recognised as one
different
of the
generation as well.
best players in the world.
One of those people is
About a decade
of
ago,
that
so-
generation of players.
Now,
Luka
Welbeck
Modric. Welbeck gets his
target
shot
with
off.
about a 10, but Toriani dive it.
He may have actually just clipped the outside of the post. I love that from Palestra. Kind of outside to in run, mixing up his game. Welbeck, yeah, you want that to go ideally across the goalkeeper, but proximity of Vinter made that difficult.
Cleared up. Chelsea trying to get the ball back again, and they do.
Modric just trying to fizz that out.
Progressing there.
Champong read it.
With a 1-2 passing there from Chelsea.
It's going to be a good opportunity to see exactly what Palestra's got in his armoury going towards the opposition goal, and that was a really intelligent run. Doesn't have to stay wide on all occasion. Got inside the right wing back Chukwueze to good effect there. Had so much about his prowess in the attacking third. Defensively, actually, I've been really impressed with him across the last couple of games, but in this setup, you're going to be able to see what he can conjure in the final third.
Palestra was the fastest player recorded in Serie A last season, and he has shown at times how quick he can be as he's going up against Chukwueze there.
Yeah, Chukwueze's strength isn't going to be his defending. Obviously, played nominally as a winger at Fulham, and a good, decent impact at times. So It's going to favour going towards Chelsea's goal, but diligent enough there to clear.
Well back.
Go back, hit the ball. Lost it though. Under the pressure, couldn't keep it.
By Caicedo to
Good work there by Chelsea to defend it well. Lavia play the ball. Caicedo back to Lavia quickly.
This is a Milan side who, of course, will be back in European competition, albeit though the Europa League. They look dead certain to qualify via the 4 places in Serie A until it completely unravelled that they would drop out of a top 4 and fall into the Europa League with another powerhouse in Juventus, a side that, of course, Chelsea have already played in pre-season. Then to the sacking of Massimiliano Allegri and the appointment of Ruben Amorim. Probably got, in his own mind, a reputation to try and build back up after what was a pretty poor spell in charge of Manchester United. Vinter.
So 80 minutes have gone, 90 minutes soon.
Real time in this game. Now we have actually seen Milan with the idea of wanting to keep the ball, have a bit of possession. Win the ball. Times we've already seen that with Strahinja Pavlovic, where he does not mind drifting into midfield and trying to bomb on forward, the Serbian centre-back. Over the top for Estepinian. It's off the head of Neto.
We go. Next to defending here. Ball clear.
His pass was not the best to Kamada.
I just lost the flight of it there, Neto, and actually his flick inadvertently took it perfectly into the path of Stepinian. Didn't come to anything, but a good searching ball once more for Pavlovic, as you noted.
So go from Neto here, who wanted the free kick. Not of interest to the referee.
We go. Good box, Sanchez please.
One easy for Sanchez in the end, but it was a poor delivery that from Estepinian. It felt as though he made the wrong decision in putting that ball in.
Yeah, and the opportunity was there because it was a comfortable 2v1 with Neto out of the game. Josh Champon coming over, but easily able to play round him to get into that spot to deliver.
And straight after this game, Chelsea are on a plane to Malaysia, which will be the final country they'll visit on this Asia and Australian tour. They'll arrive in the country in the early hours for a game against JDT, as they're abbreviated as. Their full name, Johor Darul Tajim. We expect the likes of Tosin, Mudrik, Esteval Gittins to perhaps play from the start in that game tomorrow. Right up against Estepinian there, as he had the sole intention of making life very tough for Estepinian there.
Yeah, good for Fofana there. Really aggressive. You're taking a little bit of a risk coming that high, but wins the ball. Cleanly, Chelsea back in possession. The shape of the team looks good. It's been good to a point. Just a little congested, I think, when it's made its way to the final third. I think you still want one of that trio, Palmer, João Pedro, probably more likely Welbeck, just to try and stretch their back line, or at least threaten to run beyond, because it's all been little intricate stuff into feet.
Possession has been doing okay on that left side. Fair play from him.
Ball to Palestra. Lovely now, has it? Pedro. Taking on Chukwueze. Stands up well though. See, Champon. It's played on to Rafael Leao here. He does not mind coming from that particular part of the pitch. And the challenge from the Champon, superbly timed.
Yeah, well, it's a small mistake from a Champong in the lead up to that opportunity for Leao, but my goodness, does he recover. Brilliant, back into position, matching him stride for stride, and excellent, strong challenge. Brilliant defending.
Well, there's been many a player in Rafael Leao's career that he is absolutely accelerated past, but Joshua Champong doesn't feature in that list as he's able to thwart him and
Very much impressive
stay
how
alongside
Joshua
him.
Champong has been able to hold his own in this game. Loved it. It's absolutely fantastic.
We get to see how
But AC Milan have a corner here.
in defending corners. That there have been a lot of work on this in pre-season.
Hello.
Sorts of shots around him. Kamoto
Good
hits
ball.
it.
Good block there.
Steered out for a corner from the head of
Another corner
Caicedo.
kick.
Yeah, half cleared Chelsea's lines there. Sanchez under enormous pressure. As you can see, there's a decent enough punch. That's an excellent attempt as well. Ball coming down, difficult to control. And it is destined for that bottom right-hand corner as we look. I say no bright.
Christian Kamoto is a player who models himself on Sandro Tonali, who has recently just signed for Tottenham for £100 million or so. There is big hopes for Kamoto amongst the Milan supporters. Was this ball in is what was battled with alongside Pavlovic was a Champon.
They've got real physicality, haven't they, AC Milan? You look at the back three, you look at Loftus-Cheek, well over 6 foot. Leao as well. Towering. 11 they've got out there.
Through by Robert Sanchez.
A worse ball that across the face of the Chelsea goalkeeper, but no takers for AC Milan. Just about grasps it. Chelsea stopper.
Come on, Chelsea. I'm wearing my Chelsea shirt. Been feeling wearing my Chelsea shirt.
To well back. Just trying to pick out Cole Palmer there, who saw it go past him. It wasn't the greatest the ball's into, it was behind Palmer there as he was trying to come for it.
It's just finding that final little bit of quality in the AC Milan half to conjure some opportunities. And see, Caicedo is going to be probably in this setup a little bit deeper maybe than he was the majority. This time in Chelsea blue, I think that has to be the way, given his ability to win the ball back and help out defensively when you're pushing on your two backs as they are.
João Pedro just getting away from Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Here we go.
Pedro next over.
Oh, good shot. Good
Rally
save.
down and save it.
Good shot and good save.
Signalled against Marco Palestra, but all box to Torriani for keeping out there.
Yeah,
Promising,
João
promising
Pedro
move there.
initially
Promising
will be
move.
right.
Absolutely promising move.
Couple of challenges. I'm not entirely sure this is handball. Virtually strikes the right elbow, but brilliant play from João Pedro. And it's a difficult one to get power, that for Neto. He's almost stopped entirely the ball, so you're trying to generate the power and get the curl on it. Works the goalkeeper, pushes it aside quite comfortably.
Well, given the fact that Milan, that Mike Magnon, the France number 1, is not available yet, as he's on extended break because of his involvement with France in the World Cup. Lorenzo Toniani has done well there, as of course recently, as you will see, the banner there, the great Franco Baresi passed away recently at the age of 66. You know, you're a special player in a club's history when you get a shirt number retired after you. Number 6, of course, at Milan retired alongside the number 3 with Paolo Maldini, both of them, of course, one club men as well.
Quite right. Incredible players, the pair of them.
Watched by Neto. He's in between that pass from Modric for Stupinian. Gets the free kick. It's going to be interesting for someone like Pedro Neto, isn't it? He's in a new position to himself and probably hasn't had a lot of work on it, but he seems as though he's done okay in certain points in this game in that position, hasn't he, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, he thrills, you know, when he's playing on the front foot, really direct. And yeah, there's obviously going to be, as I've touched on, a little bit of defensive work, probably a little bit more than he's accustomed to when he's playing as an out-and-out winger. But I think looking at Javi Alonso,
Still 0-0 as you guys can see.
those wide players, he wants to be really thinking, seeing the starting positions, even though we're only half an hour in that Neto, so to really thrive in this role.
Just couldn't quite get away from Skriniar Pavlovic. Manages to dance away from Caicedo. Pavlovic.
And that shot by Pavlovic goes nowhere near to the goal.
Didn't test Sanchez in any way at all.
Yeah, it's great play from him because he's really aggressive.
It was a good build-up, but the
like
finish
that
is
little outside
absolutely
of the foot
atrocious.
from well back, especially when you're tight, as he was, but he went into perfection. Then I think it was a little nutmeg maybe on Caicedo, certainly got away from his close attentions and just the finish missing.
Well, there appears though there was a hydration break. There was a common feature in the World Cup in North America. Let's get Sam Parkin's reaction half an hour into the game. Is it one, if you're a Chelsea fan, you feel quite positive about? What's the main things you take away from that first 30 minutes, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, it's not been the great in terms of goal mouth action, but again, it's just all about the minutes. But I suppose more so today, it's looking at a new setup, which I'm sure they've worked on the last couple of days, maybe even longer than that, although the systems going into the friendlies have been different to what we're witnessing today. But yeah, a lot of new messages, I'm sure, messaging for the players to take on board. And I've liked the look of the team. Everyone looks comfortable. It's not as if there's players playing outside their comfort zones. Everyone's very accustomed to where they've been positioned so far this afternoon. Just that final element, which I've probably said across the last couple of friendlies, that chemistry in the final third. So often, actually thinking back to my own career, it's the last bit to come. You know, you do all the training, you get all the minutes inside your legs, physically you're feeling ready to go. It's that repetitive nature of probably your movement in the 18-yard box and those final little killer touches, whether it be a pass or a finish. Sometimes that's hard to get back into your repertoire.
We're seeing a hydration break here.
Not disappointed with what I've seen. Hopefully for the supporters and the people watching from afar, a bit more goal mouth action to come.
I certainly hope that does come into effect sooner rather than later. There's a pretty warm evening in Jakarta, the Indonesian capital, as we are at 25 to 8 local time over there. See the players really enjoying the hydration break. Can you sort of relate to those players, Sam, playing in conditions like that where it's fairly hot, it's quite humid out there?
Yeah, maybe this time of year, pre-season trips to far-flung places. So yeah, it can be difficult. And, you're most welcome a little drink. It's not going to be in balmy conditions when, well, I say that. The weather's been incredibly hot this summer in London, but I would suggest an 8 o'clock kick-off down the road at Craven Cottage. It'll be slightly cooler in a couple of weeks' time. So it's good for the fitness levels, I think, but the medical staff, the support staff will be across exactly what the players need, because refuelling, I think, will be very high on the agenda. Getting everything back into you, because they're going to lose a lot of weight, I think, across an hour, whatever it be, the individual basis for the players tonight and tomorrow.
Well, maybe you're watching this game on CFC Plus. Annual pass just costs $14.99 per year. You get live pre-season matches, academy matches, full match replays, all the men's and women's first team games, classic matches, originals, and even live training for you to feast upon too. So that comes with all of that, which is a pretty good deal, you have to say, in this climate. And of course, as well, if you are buying the match pass, thank you for, of course, tuning in via that as well. Just $9.99 that's cost you today. And of course, you get to see that as well with the pre-season fixtures as well, as Chelsea continue their preparations for the new campaign.
Smart movement again from Granada. The problem he's got is, even though Varna gives him maybe 5 or 10 yards head start, he comfortably cruises in front of the young AC Milan striker to get possession, to get the free kick. A bit overzealous there.
Well, Cesco Camarda is an interesting player. He's the youngest ever player to play in Serie A when he was just 15 years old. And then he's the youngest Italian to ever play in the Champions League, where he was a little bit older than 15 when he was playing in that competition. So he's 16 years old and played in the Champions League, so he's already had a couple of years under his belt of senior football. A little bit too much on that cross where Palestra was looking for it. Pina. So just launching into a challenge on Stupinian there. Caracciano. Straight down to Caicedo. Of course, I've got to remember as well with Chelsea, they are still waiting the arrivals to pre-season with Enzo Fernandez and Valentin Barco. Maxence Lacroix, Morgan Rogers, Reece James, Malo Gusto, all still to come back after, of course, playing in the latter stages of the World Cup. It's a matter of days before they are integrated back into the first team fold and get the chance to work under Xabi Alonso. First ball by Palmer onto Palestra. Flex doesn't quite reach well back. It seems as though that ball is on from Palmer to Palestra more often than not. KJ Maybe an arm was used from Caracciano there. The jumper was really grown, hasn't he, since that slight mistake which allowed Liao in on a couple of duels against him. With that one raked forward, didn't he, when he drove with the ball? That was lovely patient play. Probably 7, 8 passes to open up the space for Palmer to play out to Palestra. That's hit off the left. Just as it was against Juventus, quite hard in that second half to make opportunities against the back five. Cliche against Italian sides. And a stern rear guard again that Chelsea are facing this evening. Chelsea's been few and far between. Loads to like, I think, about the shape of the side, that's for sure. Linya Pavlovic thought he could win the ball there from Cole Palmer, but
The only way you're able to see this through the CMC Plus, what I could do is suggest that join my Discord, and then I'll see if I can help you there as well. But other than that, the only way you can watch is the CFC Plus. This is strictly a watch along, as you can see the title and in the thumbnail.
clearance from Mr. P now, which has meant that Neto can want to compete for that second ball. It's actually go. It's far from Neto to not muscle the hour. Possession back for Chelsea. Shane was just on a fraction earlier for Palmer. Turned it down, wanted to take an extra touch. Judge able to apply a little bit of contact. Ball blocked at source in any case. It's first sight really around the AC Milan 18-yard box. Chukwueze. Felt the challenge from Caicedo, who timed it well. Toriani. Slipper Farner who comes out on top in that particular duel. Yeah, they looked for that ball on a few occasions, but as you say, Farner's just been too quick, too powerful for the young centre forward whose game. His movement's been bright. It's been an obvious option for to go a little bit longer into that space vacated. In for 1-2 between João Pedro and Neto.
Good box. Oh.
Just a little bit behind Welbeck. It's not quite over yet.
So she put the ball up.
Covering spaces really diligently. AC Milan, when he's got into that wide area, ball's coming in just a yard or so out for Welbeck to take under the spell. It's now Palestra. Going to get the better of Chukwueze.
Here you go. Palestra. Oh my word.
He's leaning back just that little bit too much as he sent it skywards. Yeah, right on cue. I said how well AC Milan have defended balls into the box. And look at the space afforded to João Pedro. The best chance of the game by a distance. Should have worked.
That was a cataclysmic miss by João Pedro.
Palmer went for it initially, it bypassed him, and then it came to João Pedro, who, when the ball came to him, there was probably some Chelsea fans when they're inside the stadium here in Jakarta, thinking it was going to end up in the back of the net, and even the fans watching this at home. But that wasn't the case. That's the benefit to your white player having two really good feet. We're going to see that throughout the season. Equally adept coming in field, trying to lead, but
round on the outside there, Leicester and find them a telling delivery.
Here he is again. He's isolated in that wide area, getting along the front this time. As defence is there to cover that space. Fairly out was quick, but not quick enough to get any sort of touch on that ball played long.
That's the way they want it. Leao running onto things, maybe the centre forward just coming a little bit shorter. Working as a little bit of a decoy. Slightly over here for Leao, but definitely something they look to exploit. And then over Chelsea's back line, Chelsea looking to play through, as I say.
Now at Palmer. Caicedo
44 minutes have gone.
to get up on the referee.
That has certainly been a little bit of a rarity, so we're just mixing the game up there, throwing it behind the back line. Being found really well.
Better. João Pedro by Motto. Very quickly said there was nothing wrong with it. It's the same again with Loftus-Cheek making that block from that ball from Yorel Hato. Motto. It's been a few times now in the latter part of this first half where Milan have been careless in possession, giving the ball straight back to Chelsea.
They're on top now. It's been a good end to the half. I think of the inactivity really of Camoto, Loftus-Cheek. They've been very much on the periphery of the game from about the half an hour mark. It's starting to look a lot better in attack.
Pavlovic is shown a yellow card. Found too many according to the referee. Yamamoto.
Should have played for Farnham initially and then
Leicester.
running a bit of skill.
Leicester is just so incredible. It's not even funny. Leicester is incredible.
Well, an ideal time this would be for Chelsea to take the lead. There'll be an additional 3 minutes on at the end of this first half. Back. Just trying to get away from Terraciano, who was very tight to him.
Oh.
Victor knows sterling work and not allowing the shot toward Toliani's goal.
Just couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Not sure if he just missed the little touch that he tried to take there. It's just bobbing around ultimately, and as you say, De Vinton very tight. Running again, and it's been another positive. Certainly as we've approached half time, Leicester stepping up his game, obviously creating the best chance so far for João Pedro.
Corner yet again. It is Moisés Caicedo.
Goal! And João Pedro scored.
It's the score in
João
pre-season
Pedro
for
gets the goal.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
Managed to do so again.
And Chelsea gets a
Follows
goal
up the
this game.
strikes against Western Sydney
Wow.
Wanderers. They scored the only goal here.
Come on,
against Milan.
Chelsea get a goal.
As
Let's
they lead
go.
with half-time fast approaching here in Jakarta.
And it's the position he's taken up.
Lovely work. It's 3 minutes of added time when it take. That's going to be having and it's a goal from a penalty as well. Lovely word. Lovely
João
word.
Pedro, perfect little glance into the far corner. They've looked threatening from set pieces, from corners throughout. João Pedro gets Chelsea a deserved goal.
Well,
Awesome.
a lot of noise was made about Austin McPhee's appointment as Chelsea's set-piece coach. Wonder if that was something that he had planned on the training pitch as João Pedro just guided in that ball in from Caicedo into the goal.
There was a little nudge on the goalkeeper just to unsettle him. I think that's going to be waved away this season in the Premier League. They've got to allow for a little bit of contact, but I won't want to see that one back. Chelsea have improved as the half's gone on. It's been a really strong 10-15 minutes towards the break, and deservedly getting that opening goal. João Pedro guilty of spurring the great opportunity 5 or so minutes ago. Not to be denied on that occasion. Lovely header.
One last chance for Milan. Opportunity.
And it's half time.
Fano is headed away. Kicked by Chukwueze. There is the half-time whistle. Well, it took until the opening minute of stoppage time of the first half for the first goal of the match. It came from João Pedro, who has come back for pre-season and Champion Onto in fine fashion. He added to the strikes he got against Western Sydney Wanderers by scoring against Milan and past that man there, Lorenzo Torriani, to give Chelsea a deserved lead here at the break here at the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium in Jakarta in Indonesia. It's Chelsea 1, AC Milan 0.
It's 1-0 at half time.
So it is 1-0 at the break. Sam Parkin, you spoke just before the end of the first half at how well Chelsea improved as the half has gone on, but it has just felt like they haven't been in real control, but maybe just felt that intensity just maybe stepped up somewhat. Is that the same sort of thing that you feel? Right?
Yeah, I think
Neon poles in the midnight air. Wires
City lights dancing off the dashboard glow. Every shadow got a story no one knows. Windows down with the future in the air, chasing sparks like we're running out somewhere. Every heartbeat sounding louder than before, like the universe is opening a door. We were made for moments nobody can name, standing in the fire just to feel the flame. And I can feel it moving through the night, like a wave, pulling everything alive. We are neon hearts in motion, burning through the dark together, holding on to something golden, like this feeling lasts forever. When the sky begins to open and the silence turns electric, we become more than a memory, more than a memory. Cold air rising from the avenue below, every dream looking brighter in the smoke. Nothing perfect, but it never had to be. There's a kind of magic living in between. Every second like a photograph in rain, beautiful enough to make you stay. If tomorrow disappears into the blue, at least tonight the world belongs to you. And I can hear it calling through the haze, like a song echoing across the way. We are neon hearts in motion, burning through the dark together, holding on to something golden, like this feeling lasts forever. When the sky begins to open and the silence turns electric, we become more than a memory, more than a memory. Light it up, let it breathe tonight. We were born to outrun the quiet. Even stars need the dark to shine. And tonight we come alive. We are neon hearts in motion, running wild into forever. Every sky becomes a moment, every moment lasts forever. When the whole world stands suspended and the atmosphere is shifting, we become more than a memory, more than a memory. City lights dancing off the dashboard glow. Every shadow got a story no one knows. Windows down with the future in the air, chasing sparks like
All right, people. I'm just waiting for the resumption of the second half. I don't know why. I'm sure it was only 3 minutes of at a time, and I don't know it. They haven't come back out yet. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is still on, former Chelsea academy player and also first team player. Suffered a massive injury in the past that kept him out for a long period. Came back around in 2020 after the project restart begun. And then from there, he became a mainstay under Tuchel. And of course, he was sold to AC Milan a few years later. And yeah, alright, so I'm thinking we're going to be starting soon. Mikaya Tomori on the bench. Another ex-Chelsea player. It's not very long break. I don't know why the break is so long, but the break is absolutely so long. Once upon a time, I wanted him at Chelsea, you know, as the coach. We've been happy. But how things have changed. João Pedro, man. I don't know what it is, man, but João Pedro is... I don't know, man. It's been a long time since we can say that we signed a quality striker. And João Pedro was just one of those lucky players, man. We've gone through so many strikers, although João Pedro is more so like a number 10, between a number 10 and a number 9, like a false 9 type of player. But I don't know, like, there's some, I don't even know how to explain it, man. João Pedro has been so good for Chelsea. We have not, it's been a long time since we've signed a player in the attack that has been so consistent. And it's really a good thing, man. It really is a good thing. We can only hope that he continues to be good.
Also feeling as though that he was going to be ready for the start of the second half. I can't imagine, Sam, with a game tomorrow that Chelsea will be sort of following suit with Milan and they will be making a plethora of changes like we're about to see.
Now it looks like it's going to be a slightly different tack from either side this evening. Milan just witnessed a lot of the starters doing a few runs out of the pitch, so that's going to be everything over. So we make, I think, 8 changes we counted up, and yeah, Chelsea, maybe some of the lads getting 70, 80 minutes, and I'd be very surprised to see any of them from the off or at all in Malaysia tomorrow. So yeah, slightly different stages of the pre-season, and hopefully, you know, we may see a slightly disjointed AC Milan in the second half and a little bit more Chelsea joy in front of goal.
Well, the players' numbers are up one by one as to who's gone on for who. What we do know already is that there will be another Chelsea old boy on the pitch. Christopher Nkunku is going to come on. He scored the equaliser in their last pre-season friendly, that 1-1 draw with Inter in Perth. He'll be on for the second half. Hard on Yari. Swiss midfielder is also on for Luka Modric. We also saw Connie De Winter's number go up as he was replaced for the second half by Matteo Gabbia. Still, there is no sign of the Chelsea team out on the pitch for this second half, but getting your players' head on, Sam, is it one of those as a player, when you're playing in pre-season, when you're that close to the start of the season, as it gets closer and closer, are you worried about maybe going that extra mile? Do you maybe feel as though maybe some of the players will certainly put their effort in, maybe not want to push themselves that much because they're worried about getting injured for the opening game of the season, maybe after that weeks and months to come afterwards?
Yeah, I think it's finding the balance, isn't it? You don't want to go into challenges half-heartedly, for example, but yeah, you don't want to overexert yourself during these weeks because the most important thing is that you're available for selection come the first game. So yeah, there's a balance to find. Obviously, it's always been monitored, but even more so in this day and age, the amount of minutes you're playing, the amount of games you're playing in pre-season. So yeah, I mean, that was a good example there of a modern coach, Ruben Amorim. Players playing 45 minutes, but still trying to get the optimum out of them today by making them do a few additional runs there during the half-time period. So it's all well structured now. Yeah, it's probably very, very difficult to get it wrong in comparison to how it was in my day.
Chelsea players not eight. I don't know what's going on longer, the World Cup half-time show or the Chelsea players not yet out. But there's Christopher Nkunku, a man that Chelsea fans will know all about. Of course, he had a spell at the club before he eventually was sold to Milan just last summer. As now here come the Chelsea players, albeit in belated fashion. Gets the message for the start of the second half, Sam. Xabi Alonso will be, I guess, more the same.
Yeah, the way they ended the first half was really promising. All facets of the game coming together, posing a little bit more of an attacking threat. Defensively, I thought really solid, really aggressive in terms of that back line, the way Fofana in particular has defended. The centre forward, Champong in the picture there, has been particularly good as well in his battle against Leao. So, yeah, hopefully more of the same, and hopefully the forward players can continue improving on that chemistry.
So we are almost ready and waiting to go. It has felt like a bit of an eternity to actually get this second half started. As I mentioned, if you're just tuning back in, several changes made by Milan to start the second half. So we'll sort of try and keep you up to speed as who's gone on and who's gone off. For Chelsea, well, it's very much a case of they don't plan to follow suit. They're going to be very different in terms of what Milan have been like. So we're back underway for the second half here in Jakarta, the Indonesian capital. Started with that trip in the AC Stadium in Sydney for 2 games. They then moved
I don't know what's going on with this thing. This stream is atrocious. 2-0 though. My god, it's 2-0. It is 2-0.
João Pedro is there to steer the ball. He gets his second. What a start to the second half it is for Chelsea.
Pedro just tiptoeing around the back and gets enough purchase on that. That effort to get it beyond the goalkeeper gets the left hand to it. It's very little about it actually. Pushes it into that far corner.
Right. Apologise if you are watching on. We just have a temporarily lots of pictures. So we have now just seen the second goal go in from João Pedro.
Start. João Pedro having had a couple of opportunities, and he had that kind of ball over the top, which the goalkeeper stopped. Chance. Just spoke his left arm.
What is an extraordinary game? Start pre-season winner by 6 goals to 4. Does maybe bode well to take into the season with. She's had a good pre-season, of course. As mentioned by Sarah, it didn't go to the World Cup in Brazil, which still remains mind-boggling even after the tournament's run its course. It didn't go. Even Thiago would be part of the 26-man squad.
Yeah, he's in the right place, isn't he? He's so confident. He's loved at Chelsea now, given what he did last season. He's got the point to prove on the international stage, absolutely. Yeah, really look forward to seeing him again this season. I think this formation, this is going to be at times, however, it's the consistent setup, how little he will really prosper playing opposite the forward. I would suggest, given how well he did in Goalscorers in terms of last season, he played as a nominal number 10. When you've got Cole Palmer in the ranks, it's something I'm going to see every week. I think it's part 2 number 10 behind number 9. He is absolutely perfect. Yeah, great set up and running in. I'm sure in terms of a couple of goals we take to that.
That's true. Back from Latvia. Just get it there.
Yeah, just looked like he'd taken a couple of steps to his right there, Gabriel, but was able to recover.
All right, bright start from Chelsea here in the early stages. 50 seconds in and he made it, or 40 seconds I should say, and he made it 2-0. After a sloppy start, the first minutes of the second half have been brighter than the first half was. And it's 3-0. Oh my word, what is going on? 3-0. Chelsea have scored yet again. It's 3-0. Who scored this time? And it's from a corner kick as well. Austin McPhee's is money. Austin McPhee and Caicedo makes it 3-0. Austin McPhee, what a recruitment you have been. Oh my word, we're going to feast this season. We are going to feast this season. I just realized I'm not on the camera. We are going to be feasting this season. 2 set-piece goals. 2 set-piece goals. Austin McPhee from Aston Villa. It is only him that has caused that to happen. Great build-up. And Robin Amorim can only scratch his head in dismay. Robin Amorim is saying, what is going on with this team? But what a build-up. And what a strike by Caicedo. Listen, man. The side of the foot. What a strike by Caicedo. It's Chelsea 3, AC Milan 0. Ruben Amorim is getting another sucker punch. The sucker punch. Yeah, Caicedo doesn't score simple goals. It's always spectacular. Spectacular. Caicedo. Wonderful work there. Fair play.
strikes. It's amazing for such a brilliant defensive midfield player. Breaker up and play. He's got brilliant quality when he gets a side of goal, whether it's cute little finish like that or it's the strikes from distance on either foot as well. He's the complete midfield player. Very lucky to have him. What a brilliant way to start the second half. I thought that had made it difficult for Milan, given that they changed almost the entirety of their side, and so to prove that Chelsea finding a little bit of the evening before the break. Now 3 goals to the good. Hopefully they can really express themselves in the time that remains. I think
Here you go, Chelsea on the attack again. They're going madly right now. Oh, good save. This is definitely a different Chelsea team than the one that was in that first half. It's the features looking bright with Xabi Alonso. The future looks bright. Can only hope that it continues and this is not just a fluke. But just 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League season, can only hope that it will be a positive season and that we get to see some better rhythm. Of course, the team will not gel the way that Xabi Alonso probably wants to see until probably mid-September into early October because of the whole World Cup issue, certain players not being back yet due to making it far in the World Cup. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in that sense. But very good game this. The first half was absolutely disgraceful from Chelsea. AC Milan were on top, but AC Milan on the attack here. Good defending by Chelsea. Josh Achampong. I don't like this whole backward passing thing. Gives the ball back to AC Milan right away. I'm telling you, I don't understand why there's this obsession with going backwards. You get the ball, you turn your back to your goal and you get the ball back. You don't even look at what you're doing. You're just trying to do the one-touch passing. You need to calculate your passes at times. I've never understood why that's one of the tactics there. It's about with chemistry, maybe you understand your teammate movements, but they keep doing that and it keeps not paying off. It doesn't pay off. But maybe as it progresses, you'll see it gel better and you'll see it be more consistent. But I don't like it, to be honest. I really don't like it. It really is stupid in my opinion. Very stupid. But that was absolutely from Austin McPhee. You can know that was his type of set piece expertise that he showed there. I'll be back.
60. Now that they're on about goalkeepers, but we've also seen throw-ins as well. The concept of all that line there and attempt to try to get the game back underway quickly and not having these long delays and penalties that we saw. Slip it, shall we say, a little bit undetected in the Premier League, but the World Cup and the game sort of floated in the sun. They were trying to bring that to domestic club football. Final leg of the Australian Asian Tour rounds off tomorrow with a game against Johor Darul Tajim of Malaysia, the top side of the country. This was just stepping back from an offside position.
It's a tough one for Palmer to receive there. Look at the opposition players really tight on him. Went straight, but fortunately the ricochet off a Milan player saw Ramos in an offside spot.
It is interesting about Gonzalo Ramos. He's gone to Milan to be playing more on the playing side of things. It didn't really happen for him at Paris Saint-Germain. He was more a player they'd bring on from the bench. It's now Palestra.
Palestra, no. Oh, Oh, good idea, David.
Palestra,
Good pull
nearly
up.
that pass reaches the Italian.
It just feels like things have opened up to a degree. Milan obviously a little bit disjointed because of the changes, but also going to have to take one or two risks. Palestra very nearly found by João Pedro, who will prosper again, dropping into those pockets. He'll be so good at finding those passes.
There's now Danny Welbeck. To Neto. Tisaki had to close him down. Then by Palmer. Easy stuff for Toriani.
Maybe would have been slightly caught unawares, the goalkeeper. Plenty of players in the field to be found with a potential cross, but looks to just drill it, I presume, towards the near corner, get the direction or indeed the power.
So Chelsea are going to be making two switches here with Giovanni Kenda
Giovanni Prenda coming on and Nicholas Jackson.
to be introduced here.
So Pedro Neto comes off for Quenda.
So it's going to be replaced. They did put the number up for Dario Asugo, but he's not in the shot. So it's Kenda and Jackson. So Welbeck is replaced with Nicholas Jackson going on. And João Pedro, who won't have the chance to. Did he get his hat-trick or not? He does take a drink of water here. That's going to be Pedro Neto who's going to be replaced with Giovanni Kenda going on. He showed flashes of what he could bring to the Chelsea party in that defeat at Juventus just a few days ago.
Yeah, it was good, certainly. Really direct. Left footer playing off the right-hand side, so see how it goes tonight. Now that Chelsea have got a nice cushion, and Jackson should prosper in this setup. He doesn't run brilliantly towards the opposition goal with his wonderful technique on the ball, running with and without it, but I think just that piece maybe to stretch a back line, to occupy it, to make little darts behind, really complement what Palmer and of course João Pedro can do on the football. So let's see if he can time his run to maybe get one or two opportunities himself.
So further changes for Milan with Valeri Vladimirov going on for Filippo Terracciano. We've also seen Samuele Ricci go on in place of Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
It's still 3-0, people. Still 3-0.
So, back now with Sanchez, who's had a very quiet and comfortable afternoon.
We said it at half time, it's different stages of the pre-season for both sides. Obviously they've looked at this game and they're dealing with it slightly differently or very differently. Milan making that multitude of changes at half time, but it's professionalism now, isn't it? I'm sure that's what Javi Alonso will be looking for from his team. Not far away now, 2 weeks or so from the Premier League start. They maintain this level. They continue with the strong mindset they're showing defensively. Can they continue to make opportunities? For the likes of Quenda and Jackson just coming on now, you've got half an hour to really state your claim because time's running out. Being that 18, playing the minutes when it really matters, then you've got to show the manager.
Vladimirov. to Yunus Musa. Just in on the back of Salo Ramos.
He's up against the Wiley. Centre forward experience, centre forward than he was in the first half now for Farmer. That shows just where he positioned his body there to buy the through.
Farmer again going in on Ramos this time.
Here we go.
Right. Ramos has stayed down. Fofana has now gone down. So that's probably come from that little collision that they both just were involved in.
Is Fofana going to be injured again?
Looked to be getting back to his feet, but he's gone back to the deck. It's just the shins gliding. Something similar out there. Finally limping off. It's the free kick. Tellus. Probably just about winning, maybe. It's a foul, isn't it? One. It's completely aggressive. Farmer's look towards maybe one of the officials. Got away with one.
Usually sometimes when head coaches are on the sidelines berating that they did get the decision in their favour, they don't often see the replay and it can tell them wrong, but we're certainly in Amorim's camp in that one, I think, in terms of that one. The fouls,
Here we go, Chelsea on the attack again here. Jackson. Jackson. João Pedro Solon. Into the box here for Palestra. Oh, good shot there by Palestra. Oh my, Palestra is a beautiful fullback, man. What's a player, man. The scouting got it right. Palestra has been so good in this preseason. His movement, his attacking play, everything. And that was just unlucky. Great control, great shot, but it just goes wide. But what a play Palestra has proven to be so far. We can only hope that this is not just a fluke and that he does well in the season, but based on how he's playing, you can tell that this isn't a fluke. What a player he has been. Let's see what's going to happen here. Still Chelsea 3, Villa. I'm saying Villa. What am I saying? Chelsea 3, AC Milan 0. João Pedro scoring the 47th minute. 2 minutes into added time in the first half. Then he scored approximately 50 seconds later in that second half in the 46th minute. And of course, Moisés Caicedo, I can't even talk, I'm having a stroke. Moisés Caicedo got the third goal and the last goal that has been scored in this game so far in the 50th minute. So it's 3-0. Moisés Caicedo made it 3-0 with a beautiful volley from the edge of the box. Once more, Caicedo does not score simple goals. It has to be a worldie, like an SCN type of player. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Salamarcus. Just trying to roll into Musa, who's got there. That's just the wrong side.
Great defending there. A nervy moment there for Chelsea by AC Milan here, having an opportunity there, but it all goes nowhere.
Size. Got hold of each other's shirt there. Lamia made hard duty of that. There was a pass on, I think, wide right when he initially received it, but as I touched on in the first half, he's so good in those situations. I never doubted that he would bring his way. Danger.
Come on, Quenda. Quenda. Come on, Quenda, get that. Oh, unlucky. Quenda overplayed that one. Here's Cole Palmer. They're gonna do another short a set piece routine here. Cross to the box here. Header in. Fofana got ahead to it, but it leads to nothing still. Chelsea have the ball still on the left side with Palestra. Palestra with a cross to the box. Jackson couldn't do nothing about that. It was a good cross, to be honest. It wasn't a bad cross, but nobody could get to the end of that. Palestra has been so good for Chelsea. It's not even funny. What a player Palestra has been. Oh my word.
I thought Milan their pre-season wrapped off. Australia and Asia following this game, they then take on Ruben Abraham's former side, Manchester United at the Tarczynski Arena in Portsmouth. Same venue, yes, that Chelsea won the Conference League in beating Betis. And then they start their league campaign against Torino, which is the same weekend, remember, that the Premier League gets back underway. So we've already said by now, Chelsea start their campaign first Monday night of the season.
Here we go. Chelsea on the ball now. Long ball there. Tries to find the likes of Palestra, but just too much weight on it. Milan trying to get a consolation goal here. Well, they could always come back. There's still enough time. So let me not say consolation goal. Milan slips under the ball here. Quenda tries to find Jackson. Jackson mistimed that, man. What are you doing, Jackson? That pass was not as bad as Jackson just made it seem.
Yeah, it looks a little different now because his first ball is going to be to spin into those channels or indeed into the space behind Milan's back line. So, yeah, you maybe lose something with Welbeck being replaced. He's going to keep a little bit tighter to make that little triangle where it can be a bit more intricate. But Jackson loves running behind and to touch on such a good move with the football. Very difficult to keep tabs on.
What just happened to this stream?
Palmer.
Here we go.
Thought the pass was on, but couldn't quite get it over the head of the Milan defence. Now Palmer starting to get into his stride. And Jackson just maybe got in each other's way, cross paths.
Yeah, I think you've got multitude players now looking to get on the act. You've got João Pedro on the hat-trick, Quenda and Jackson looking on all occasions, but Palmer in particular gets on the ball to make penetrating runs in behind. I think that's partly the game state. Consider Milan well behind in this game, disjointed, looking much more open than it was in the opening 45.
So not allowed to turn. Carry on going. Hatter was in quite aggressively. Salamakers. Melerici. Luana.
Here we go. Milan on the attack. I keep saying Villa. What's wrong with me? Bona cleared, punched by Sanchez out. The ball finds the likes of Jackson. Jackson on the attack here. Is that Jackson? Yes, it is Jackson. Jackson here. Jackson has the support of him. Palmer. Good link up here between Palmer and Jackson there, but Palmer couldn't finish there. What's a build up that would have been?
Playing that back in my mind, it looks actually a harder finish than maybe it actually looks. Take on first time and actually think exactly you know you want to put it. It's about trying to make sure you generate that power, and it does look as though Sam you could probably maybe test this and talk about it a bit more. That does look a bit harder than what it is.
Yeah, let's be better to a degree after such a long run to get much waters with Nicholas Jackson at this stage of the game as well. You factor in that maybe can't find that technique to find the power, get across the goal into the final. That catching to touch it a few times. Sometimes that's the last thing that's fun, the time around the box. I said it was to find that. Going.
Certainly doesn't look as though he's carrying any sort of an injury. As from my memory, missed the just game with a slight minor issue.
Here we go, Chelsea trying to go on the attack again, forced to go back here to build up again, using that central area. You can see the way in which Chelsea want to get beyond Milan, and it's worked so far. Long ball there. Oh, Palestra on the attack here. Palestra in behind. Oh, but Milan get back just in time. He finds João Pedro, who tried to finish his hat trick. Jackson over to Quenda. Love the way Chelsea are building up right now. Oh wow, what a strike by Quenda, and hits the post and just goes behind. What a build up that was by Chelsea. Quenda will be disappointed he couldn't get a goal there. But what a strike that was. Powerful strike. Just hit the post. The goalkeeper would have missed that completely if he had gone beyond him.
Ruben will know all about him. He was the man who pretty much gave Kenda his
Wonderful build up there by Chelsea here. From beautiful build up from start to finish. Love the little passing behind. Chelsea next season. I can see that it's going to be a very good season. Chelsea will get back into top 4, and I think it'll be a successful season. Hopefully we can get a domestic cup. It's almost been a decade since Chelsea have won the FA Cup. It's been 8 years. Next year we'll make it 9 years. And the Carabao Cup has been over 10 years. So I would love to see Chelsea win a domestic cup. They've come close, but haven't been able to get over the line. So hopefully we can see that happen this time. Thank you to those who dropped a like on the stream. Thank you to those who subscribed as well. We've managed to get 5 subscribers from the stream, so much appreciation to everybody that tuned in. We've had 12 people consistently watching the stream. Much appreciation to you as well. But yeah, man, very, very good game this. It's been better than the Juventus game, the Tottenham game. We're trying to see a rhythm here. Lovely work there. That should be a free kick, and a free kick is awarded. Jackson brought down. And hydration break here. And while they take their hydration break, so will I. I'll be back.
Chelsea. I think we're going to have a pause for the second half for a drinks break. Sam, we saw Chelsea in the first half. Very much in control. It feels like to me watching this, I'm a little bit surprised that they've really come out and flexed their muscles as they have. But when you sort of see the personnel and players on the pitch, they are very much capable of that, aren't they? As it's proved.
Yeah, of course. And, yeah, you have to factor in this is probably going to look very different for Milan when they get to Serie A. Campaign underway. In terms of probably a lot of French players out there now. Chelsea have taken advantage of that. They didn't change the setup until recently, and they look superior in all departments, you've got to say. I mean, Milan actually had a couple of flashes in terms of their attacking position in this second period since the changes, but in the main it's been a very comfortable ride really since Chelsea went to goal up. This is the second. Lovely run actually. It's a brilliant ball in. We saw a few of those in the first half from Neto, just overhit from the right hand side. That one on the money. Movement very good as well.
Yep.
And I said that João Pedro had probably missed the best opportunities of the game just before the break. Suddenly find himself on a hat trick, and that was just brilliant from Caicedo. And I'm sure staff, Austin McPhee in the main may have had a imprint on that one. Little block, spoke of, watching that on the replay, so something that they freed up. Caicedo, and he's brilliant in terms of his quality from shooting from distance. We spoke about that earlier in the half. He's got such a brilliant technique for someone who, in the main, is known as a ball winner, someone who keeps the play ticking with his domination of the middle of the
Alright, the
park.
watch break is up, and so is mine.
Just going on.
A hydration
the
break.
set pieces.
I don't know if I like this hydration break thing, but if it helps the players, fair play.
They would score all different types of goals from set pieces, and that's shown today, isn't it? The typical sort of old-fashioned ball in, headers, João Pedro into the net for the first of the three this afternoon. And then you saw that with Moisés Caicedo. That's a goal very similar to the one that they scored in the Europa League final against Freiburg in Istanbul back in May. So it just shows something like that can just add that 10% to, getting the extra margin.
This commentator knows what he's talking about. That is synonymous. I can't even say the word. That goal is synonymous. I think that's the word. With the goal that Villa scored with Austin McPhee there. So you can see the little glimpses of what, and also in the Premier League as well. Morgan Rodgers would be a very good player to do that as well. From that midfield, attacking midfielder role. Number 10, from the wings as well. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with these players. The squad has been developed, and as I said, I would expect that we won't see anything consistently under Alonso until maybe late September, mid-October, or early October, considering the timing certain players are going to come back. Jackson, oh,
João Pedro. He did just go a little bit too early.
offside there, but that's a good build-up nonetheless.
Loads of subs and
It's a good build-up though.
just wants to do this over and over again. It's a real positive, I think. He's threatened it so many times in this second half. I've kept an eye on him. If it's a little movement towards the play and then spinning behind, and it's a problem for the back line. He's had an excellent impact in this game.
But in the meantime as well, just before the game restarted, Aaron Alcelmino came on.
Aaron Alcelmino came on. Aaron Alcelmino.
Went off.
79 minutes have gone.
Not sure. Indonesia.
João Pedro keeping the press on. Repping this Chelsea shirt. This is my favorite Chelsea shirt, I have to be honest. I really like this Chelsea shirt. The shirt is very top notch. I have the 2024-25 season one. I have the 2026, the 2025-26 one. I'm gonna get this one. I really like this one. It took me a few games to really like it. I know I actually like it. Seeing it on the players and everything, it really needs a quality shirt. But yeah, I have a lot of Chelsea shirts.
Watch 4 matches
It's a very
back.
good thing, you know. So I have this one as a check.
Chance to watch the training live, originals, and
I'm sure I have this one.
exclusive content.
I haven't won anything in this shirt, but it is what it is. Yeah, we have actually. That's
CFC
not true.
Plus, and also a
One
chance
day,
to watch
we're going to
all of the pre-season action. 2 friendlies left to go, remember. One more. This Asian Australian tour before they head to the bridge.
80 minutes have gone.
Alonso's first unofficial competitive game in charge with Real Sociedad. Come to the bridge.
There we go. Milan!
Go for it. trying to follow on from Caicedo's strike, but didn't quite have the same result.
Yeah, good inventive play once more from Milan, who, when the four players have kicked into gear in this second half, they looked okay. Actually, maybe had an easier option on there, and Kuku disappointed to his left. Could have been fair. Looking for something spectacular there to find the corner.
Was one that Romeo Sanchez knew was not going to be tested from. Samino.
That's Samino.
Season at Borussia Dortmund and of course
Here we go.
Strasbourg.
João Pedro gets beyond Salmegas here. Here we go. He finds the likes of Jackson. Link up well here between Jackson and João Pedro. But it's outside again, it seems. Or is it a free kick? What was that? I beg your pardon. Let's see, actually. Let's see. Oh. Chelsea in the ball again. 82 minutes have gone in this game. Jackson, Palestra, João Pedro. João Pedro is wide now. Palestra playing centrally now in the midfield here, it looks like. Jackson trying to get the better of him here. He does. Jackson has a chance here. Oh my word, Jackson did everything but the finish. Jackson did everything right but that. But oh, I love that move from Jackson though. Everything but the finish. Oh, that's unlucky. Wow. That was actually... Oh, that was just inches away from being 4-0. But that's lovely from Jackson. Lovely by Jackson. Yeah. He's been linking up well with Palestra and João Pedro. Oh, I'm very excited. Whether or not Jackson stays, that remains to be seen, but my word. Palestra has linked up well with Jackson in this game. And so he has with João Pedro. What is that pass? Here we go. Play the ball, please. Good work there by Alcemino. And Milan get the ball back.
He's been given in this pre-season. Different roles. He's been really combative. He's been part of the back three now, or four in previous games.
Farner caught.
Yeah, I think the he's been terrific tonight for Farner.
Instead, I'm going to have to plug this in.
Come down that back line. Pressing. First class.
84 minutes have gone in. Kung Fu is on.
Definitely play no part in the opening game of the season against Fulham.
84 minutes have gone in.
This is going to be two further changes as
All right.
Pedro goes on.
There's no way Jackson is coming off again, bro. What is this? He came off against Juventus. He comes off again. Estevao Willian comes on. Cole Palmer coming off as well.
Pre-season defeat to Tottenham Hotspur.
I don't know what's going on here, but Jackson has also been sacrificed again. Who's this guy?
Some minutes too for Reggie Watson.
Oh, Reggie Watson comes on for Caicedo. Caicedo got a goal as well.
So he'll be coming on for just a few minutes.
Here we go, Chelsea on attack, trying to make it 4-0. Estevao Willian here. Giovanni Quenda and Estevao playing on the right side. Very interesting here. It looks like Quenda is playing as a right wing back.
Can certainly say with this game edging closer to finishing. Chelsea
Here we go for
got a
Fana.
lot of pace on the pitch.
Lavia dropping deep here as a centre back, makeshift centre back. Nelson Mino.
He's certainly fairly quick himself as well.
There's Reggie Watson. Here we go. Look at touch there. Reggie Watson defends it there. Paul Palmer, of course, being replaced with, as we know.
At the moment, and Salmino actually one of those
Here you go.
centre-backs currently, but
Here you go. Esteva William, Giovanni Quenda. Back to Esteva William. Good pass here for Quenda. Esteva William to 4-0. Oh, good block. Lovely build up there by Quenda and Esteva William on the right side. Listen, man. Oh, my word. I am so excited to see the season begin. Esteva William and Quenda have done so well in this game. The link-up play has been top-notch. And there's so many different passages of play that we could see happening here. Giovanni Quenda can play as a right wing back. Palestra can play as a right wing back. James can play as a right wing back, but realistically won't play as a right wing back possibly. It's going to be a very positive season. I can just
crying
Quenda with a chance there, but it just goes wide.
by a matter of inches. It looks from that angle. Wonderful attempt.
Still, they hunt for more. Not lying down.
They're not easing up here. Not easing up at all. They want as much goals as possible before the game ends. 88 minutes have gone in the game. We're going to see how many minutes of added time there will be. Good dispossession there. Here we go. Mudrik. Oh, that was an atrocious cross. Mudrik got too overzealous there.
Wasn't the best.
Mudrik got overzealous there.
He got himself into the perfect spot with his pace. Dribbling ability.
It really is good to see Mudrik playing football again. Mudrik got banned for something that, you know, they said it was a small count, so it was a small amount. So he was able to get his ban, the suspension lifted. It's a very good thing for him, very happy for him. He was out for about 20 months, but he was able to come back, and now we're seeing him again. Very good, very good.
Chelsea set for their first clean sheet of pre-season. Conceded in all three of their previous matches.
Well, the game isn't over yet, so you can't say there's a clean sheet just yet.
2 against Tottenham. That was also the last game where they would concede just the one against Juventus. So they won't be getting twice beaten by Italian sides in a matter of days in pre-season.
Said that, you know, be looking for professionalism in this second half. Concentration. I think he's got it in abundance. Rabbi Alonso. That's for sure. And it gets diluted when it's loads of substitutions as there has been in the last couple of games. So it's hard to remain fully focused probably when your teammates are changing so frequently. But with the consistent lineup tonight, what I would probably say has been, you know, a really serious showing from Chelsea. They flex their muscles, so he'll be delighted. I think, yeah, there's going to be certain intricacies in the system which are going to develop over time, but, you know, in terms of a
Absolutely.
go at the 3-4-2,
Absolutely.
really good and nice to get the goals just to I think infuse everyone who's watching on. Always important for the forward players in particular to start scoring going into the season.
Certainly it had been a pleasing showing. Lose this afternoon here in Jakarta.
Another substitution here.
Another change. Wesley
Fofana coming up
will
for
go off
Mamadou Sarr. It looks like.
Sarr.
Yeah, Mamadou Sarr coming on as well. And also
Minutes that
Sanchez.
remain.
Sanchez coming off. So who's this? Who's coming on for Sanchez? Is it Sherman? No.
As he went down with that little sort of knock for fun, I think that was enough to tell Xabi Alonso that he needed to just make a change.
Is Fofana going to be injured now?
Yeah, it's been terrific. You can see from the reaction of Alonso there as he goes off. Really aggressive today. He's been asked to defend, turn and run back towards his own goal. Really dominating display from him.
Ramos. To Diawara. It's now Kuku.
And Kunku, but offside.
Richie. Goes in towards Ramos.
Oh,
Straight
offside. Could have been
offside
could have broken a clean sheet there. But gone to follow Ramos.
Nonetheless, that's a wonderful save from Sanchez. You have to leave it to the last moment, just in case it diverts off the centre forward. He doesn't commit himself, watches the ball and pushes it wide of the target.
Here's a player who is a real poacher. It's Gonzalo Ramos. He scored a crucial goal at the World Cup, didn't he? Now Portugal beat Croatia in Toronto. Big money on him to try and lead them to winning trophies and going far in the competitions. It was interesting that Ruben Amorim spoke and said that when you're in a club like Milan, you certainly have to aim for trying to win trophies and winning the league. I've now not won a Scudetto since 2022. That time they've seen Napoli and they've seen Inter. And the top title in Italy. Samino. Now with Lavia. Watson, who, if there are regular watchers watching this of the academy side, who know all about his qualities and how well he shines at times for the under 18s. Predominantly. Palestra. Well, now with Mudrick. Going on here, just trying to get that through Jackson. Didn't quite have enough weight on the pass to go through to the Senegalese.
End of the match. It's full time. Chelsea win 3-0. Very, very fantastic there. Chelsea get the win. Happy days. Happy
So that
days.
will be it in Jakarta.
Derek, thank you very much.
Chelsea get a comfortable win this evening in the Indonesian capital. They will score the first of their 3 goals in first half stoppage time. With João
Alright.
Pedro heading in a Moisés
Coming off
Caicedo
this.
corner. And 2 very early.
Fair enough. But thank you guys so much for watching. I've been streaming for what, 2 hours? I don't think there's anything else that I'd like to say at this time. But thank you very much for tuning in. Very good. It's a very good start to the correct and ideal preparation for that first game of the Premier League season in just slightly over 2 weeks. Chelsea were able to get 3 goals today, and the forward player in João Pedro was able to get a brace. Caicedo able to get a goal from a beautiful strike from the edge of the box. Shades of what Austin McPhee has been able to do with Aston Villa, and it will be one of the reasons why Chelsea went and got him in as well, because we've already seen a similar pattern to what Villa were doing, courtesy of Austin McPhee as the set piece coach. So it'll be good to see what happens as the season progresses, and as the periods continue to grow. We'll get to see what Xabi Alonso wants to do. We'll get to see what Xabi Alonso is all about. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the stream. Much appreciation to each and every one of you who took the time to join throughout the stream. We have 5 people watching right now. The game has ended, so that is understandable. But thank you guys for tuning in. Do check out the video I've done. Austin McPhee, I did a video on him in terms of what he brings as a set piece coach. I've also done videos on the likes of Marco Palestra. There's a video on Pep Chavar. The last name always gets me, man. Pep Chavalia, the incoming left wing back as well, that Chelsea have managed to sign and snatch up from La Liga. The Spanish 28-year-old left back has agreed to join Chelsea, and also Rayo Vallecano have also agreed to let the player leave. So he's supposed to be having his medical today, if he hasn't had it already, and to sign his contract. It is only now for him to be unveiled by Chelsea, and Chelsea will have, of course, added yet another signing in this summer window, which is fantastic. We've made some good signings. Now it's more so about the outgoing. There's 20 plus days to go before the window closes. If anything comes up, Chelsea may be forced to get another player in that midfield, especially if Enzo Fernandez decides to join Man City, with Maresca reportedly being interested in getting the midfielder, the Argentinian midfielder, very much rated and loved by Maresca while he was at Chelsea. So it'll be interesting to see if Fernandez leaves Chelsea in the latter part of this window, and what Chelsea's response would be to that exit. As much as I don't rate Enzo Fernandez that highly, I do appreciate the fact that he's a quality striker of the ball. He adds that offensive output to the team. He's very good creatively. So in that sense, it'll be very, very interesting to see. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. But do check out the videos that I've done. Marco Palestra, there's a video on Marco Palestra, there's a video on Morgan Rogers. I think I've done a video on all the new the men's team signings that Chelsea have made, if I'm not mistaken. Marco Palestra, Morgan Rogers, Pep Chavalia. What am I forgetting? Did they sign anybody else that I'm forgetting? I don't think. Oh, that's not true. I have not done a video on Danny Welbeck, and I've not done a video on Jordan Henderson. I still need to warm up to those signings. I don't understand it. I'm still scratching my head as to why Chelsea bought Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson. Yes, they're experienced players. Yes, they've both won the league in a different lifetime. But I don't know, Jordan Henderson, I don't think I can get behind signing Welbeck, because Welbeck is a good player aerially, and he's a good second striker and supporting striker to have, and a good player to have from the bench. But Jordan Henderson, that makes me scratch my head, to be honest, because where did he go? He left Liverpool. I think he left Liverpool and went to Saudi, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember where, did he go to AC? I don't remember where. I don't even. He's left different teams since leaving Liverpool. So I've lost count of all the teams that he's been at. But I know he was in Saudi Arabia. I know he was obviously at Brentford. And then I think he was at another, I think, was it AC Milan? I don't remember. I generally don't remember which team Jordan Henderson was at. I think it was at AC Milan. I could be wrong, but let me quickly search that up before. Where was he? Career history. Let me see if I can find what club he was at recently before he was at All right, so Sunderland, obviously started his career at Sunderland. Oh, Ajax. He was at Ajax, not AC Milan. Ajax. Yeah, he was at Ajax for one season. So basically, he left Liverpool in 2023. Went to Al Ettifaq. I feel like I just cursed a bad word a while ago. Ettifaq. Oh my gosh. From 2023-24, then he went to Ajax for one season in 24-25. Then he left Ajax and then he went to Brentford and then he left again. He left Brentford in 2026 after joining them in 2025. So is it going to be that he's going to leave Chelsea 2027? Because this is hilarious. But yeah, I haven't gotten behind the signing of Jordan Henderson. I might swallow my pride and do the video on Jordan Henderson, but I gotta be honest. I'm not feeling this signing, to be honest. I don't know. Jordan Henderson is one that I haven't gotten behind just yet. Welbeck, I'm still 50-50 about. I don't think he was that experienced striker that Chelsea needed to have gotten. But they've already signed him, so there's no point in crying over spilled milk. Can only hope that Chelsea do reap the rewards of getting him. Of course, with Jordan Henderson, there's less risk there because he was a free transfer, so they're not really losing much. The only things that they're paying is wages and probably what am I saying? Not buy-on clause. What am I saying? What's it called? What's it called? There's a clause that is signing on fee. That's what it is. But yeah, Jordan Henderson joined Chelsea. He was unveiled as well. But yeah, I said this before in 2020. If you told me that Jordan Henderson would be a Chelsea player in 2026, I'd call you a liar. But here we are, 6 years later. I don't know why I can't speak. He is a Chelsea midfielder, and he's one of the older players that Chelsea have in the squad. I think he's the oldest player, alongside Danny Welbeck, surpassing the likes of Robert Sanchez, who was one of the older players. Yeah, so Jordan Henderson is officially the oldest player that Chelsea have in the squad, at least for now. Danny Welbeck is 35, Jordan Henderson is 36. When is he going to be 37? Maybe that will, because he's still older than Danny Welbeck. But will he be 37 this year, or has he already turned 36 this year? Yeah, okay, so he turned 36 in June. So yeah, he's 36. So essentially, he's older than Danny Welbeck by approximately 5 months. But the point is, Danny Welbeck and also the likes of Jordan Henderson are now the oldest players in the squad, surpassing the likes of Tosin and the likes of Robert Sanchez, who were both the older players. Now Chelsea have some older players and some experienced players, those who play in the Premier League. Of course, Jordan Henderson has played in the Premier League for most of his career, having been at Liverpool from 2013 to 2020. No, I think that's not accurate, actually. I think he was there a lot before that. 2011. Yeah, 2011 to 2023, he left them after a decade as the captain. Well, not a decade as the captain, a decade as a player, and he was the captain for 8 years. So, yeah, I've been talking longer than I said I was going to. But thank you to those who dropped a like on the stream. Thank you to those who've taken the time to subscribe as well. Much appreciation to you. I've done double streaming today. I did the women's game at 11 a.m. Well, not 11 a.m. What am I saying? 11 p.m. my local time. Took a little nap and got up to do this one. So double streaming today on a Saturday. As I said, I might have to do that Jordan Henderson and Danny Welbeck video. And of course, I have some Chelsea women's. I think I need to go to sleep again. I cannot speak properly. I don't know what's going on. But there's also the Chelsea women players that they've signed that I have to do some videos on. I haven't done a video on the likes of Julia. What's her name? I forgot her name. Julia Draguni from Barcelona, the versatile central midfielder. She scored in the friendly game that Chelsea had against Auckland FC, winning 7-0. And Chelsea men won 3-0 against AC Milan. So yeah, very good, very happy with that. Happy days. And Chelsea are flying on all cylinders, men's team and women's team. Very good start. Chelsea women will be hoping to get back to winning ways and to win the WSL after Manchester City ended their back-to-back league wins. So it'll be interesting to see. City have also lost some key players, but of course they've been able to keep hold of the likes of I almost said Sam Kerr. What am I saying? They were able to keep hold of Khadija Bunny Shaw. I really wanted to see Khadija Shaw join Chelsea for personal reasons and for nationality reasons, but it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be in this lifetime. But yeah, it is what it is. Khadija Shaw decided to stay at City, and I don't blame her, to be honest. City have a very good project there. Of course, Chelsea are the most successful team in the WSL, but her choice. She has a chance of at least competing for the WSL and probably winning it again. But Chelsea women looked very promising in the game that they had against Auckland FC. Of course, it is Auckland FC. No disrespect to them. It's not the likes of a Arsenal women or a City women or, London City Lioness. It's not like that. So can't get ahead of ourselves, but it's a very good thing to go into the season. Their first game is in September as well. Chelsea's first game of the Premier League will be later on this month, just slightly over 2 weeks, as we've said. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been yapping on for longer than I said I was going to be. Thank you for tuning into this stream. Thank you for tuning into the watch along for those who tuned in to the women's watch along earlier. And thank you for the 5 subscribers that we've gotten from this stream already. Thank you to those who've liked and also shared the stream and also have joined the membership family as well. Thank you for watching once more, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream that I'll do. See you next time. Come on, Blues, up the Chels, and keep the blue flag flying high. Cheers.
Every shadow got a story no one knows. Windows down with the future in the city lights dancing off the dashboard.
Neon poles in the midnight air. Wires hum like they know you're there. Echoes right through the circuit tide. We drift, we move, electrified. We're waves through coated skies. Feel the spark behind your eyes. Lights blur, the rhythm flows. Locked in a charge that never slows. Oh, let the voltage glide. Oh, let the silence slide. Oh, ride the current wide. We glow, we glide. Neon pulse in the midnight.
Clear the tunnel, check the steps. The clock is ticking. against every heart in the seat. 22 men, but there's only one crown. We don't come to play, we come to shut it down. Calculated movement, precision in the strike. Turn the volume up, flicker on the light. We're under the lights, yeah, we're chasing the glory. 90 on the clock, we're writing the story. 0 to 100, never looking back. Line 'em up, break 'em down, stay on the attack. This is the moment, this is the stage. Flip the script, yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Oh. Ice in the veins when the pressure gets heavy. Ball in the back, keep the front line steady. One touch, one shot, one chance to beat great. History is calling, don't leave it to fate. From the first whistle till the final scream. Living for the badge, dying for the dream. Game over, but the grind never stops. See you on the pitch, hey, the sideline. Till under the lights, yeah, tasting the glory. Daddy on the clock, we're writing the story. 0 to 100, never looking back. Line 'em up, break 'em down, stay on the attack. This is the moment, this is the stage. Flip the script, yeah, we're turning the page. Yeah. Whoa! Woo! I disappear.